Okay, so in the last video here, we want to try to recreate this orthographic view arrangement, but we're going to use the base and model view approach so that we create smart views, but we are going to be hamstrung or limited in some sense with the auxiliary views. The other three views are going to be easy to make, but the auxiliary views are going to be problematic. We certainly won't be able to make them look exactly like this. Partial views are going to be difficult, but we will be able to create auxiliary views in some sense and get them arranged slightly, but again, like I said, it's going to be a little problematic. So, but it's good to see this so that you know the limitations. Okay, so first of all, let's go back to model and let us change our view, make sure we're looking at the object correctly. Okay, so we got the top view, everything looks good. We'll go back to A3. I want to use the same layout, so I'm going to right click over this and go move or copy. A3, create a copy, choose that again and say OK, and there it is right there. Now remember, the viewport is going to get in our way, so I'm going to click on the viewport, the red outline here, and just hit delete and get rid of that, because we don't need that with the viewports, with the model views. All right, so now let's go. Okay, so first things first, we want to make sure we're on the right standard. This is a metric drawing, so it has a metric standard. We do not want to create first angle projection views. All right, so we want to change this to imperial. Same thing, we're not going to create a detail view, but just go ahead and change this. And that way we get everything, and we'll go to third angle projection. We want to make sure it's third angle projection. I don't know why that wasn't selected when we chose the standard, but there's no thread, so we don't have to worry about that. And we say OK. All right, so that's set. Now we can go to base view and from model space. Now we don't want this as our base view. We actually want a top view because we're going to create the section view in this from this orientation. So I want to go up here and choose top, and we'll get that right there and hit enter, enter. Okay. So now before I go on, remember that this process creates new layers. So why don't I go ahead and edit these layers? So I'm going to go to MD hidden, and I'm going to change the color to cyan. Make sure you change the color, not VP color, and the color of the visible, MD visible, or yeah, MD visible to yellow. The line type I want to be hidden and continuous. All right, so all that's good. I can close that and you can see it automatically updated. All right, so now let's create the section view. So I can click in this and go to section. I want to create a full section, so I'm going to click on that, click here, make sure I'm getting in the middle, hit enter, and drop that down there some distance that looks good. This metric thing is going to get in my way, but I'll delete that. Enter, or pick, enter, and there we go. Now I'm just going to delete this right here. You can see this is truncating it a little bit, so let's go and let's adjust this. We'll pull this out a bit right about there. And we could scale this. Because this is a metric drawing, we want to scale this. Now, is it going to let me scale it? I'm not sure. Yeah. It's probably not going to let me scale that. I don't even know what object type this is. Let's look at that. That is MD annotation. So, yeah, I don't think we can do anything with that. So we might, well, I'll show you what we can do with that. All right. We can get rid of this. We don't need this annotation. All right. And here, this is our section line. So let's go ahead to layer properties and go to MD hatching. and change this to magenta and continuous. That's all good. All right. And now our right side view, easy peasy. We go like this. We do projected, and we choose that, and we hit enter. All right, and then there we go. Now there's no hidden lines here, so maybe if we want hidden lines, let's edit the view, and let's go to visible and hidden lines. All right, so there we go. And now the auxiliary views. Okay, so how are we going to do this? Well, here's the trick. We need to create a, whoops, not a base view. We need to create a projected view from this. Actually, no, not a projected view. We need to create a base view in the correct orientation. But in order to do that, what we're going to do, and it's not going to be pretty, let's go back to model space and let us make this UCS face, and we'll choose this face right there and hit enter. All right, and then that's going to be our top view, right? So we're looking directly on this face. Let me turn off the grid. We're looking directly on this face. All right, so, and that's the top view. So let's go back to this, and we're going to go to base view from model space, and we're going to choose our top view. All right. No, we're going to choose our current view. There we go. Current view. All right. So this is the correct view, but notice the orientation is correct. So we're going to, let's just put this down, enter, enter. And now let's rotate it using the rotate command. And yeah, you can rotate these views. And we know that we want to rotate it 30 degrees. So we go like that. And now we have to move it into place. All right, so let's move this view a little bit. We want to move this view up a little bit. We're going to run out of space. And now let's do this. Let's move this view from this corner to here. And then let's move it again. And we'll move it along that axis. All right, so it's just kind of a two-step procedure. All right, and so there we go. Okay, now the problem is, as you can see, there's not really a way that we can create an auxiliary view here, or excuse me, a partial view. But we can click in here and edit view and say that we don't want hidden lines, just visible lines. All right, so that'll help. All right, so that's not so bad. So let's do the same thing to the other auxiliary view. So let's go UCS, go back to our original UCS. Whoops, UCS. Whoops, did I go back there already? Yes, I did. UCS world. There we go. And let's go UCS. We use the 3 view option. 3 origin, X, and Y. All right, and then we'll do a top view here, and you can see that's looking at it correctly. Parallel, there we go. All right, so we got the correct orientation. So let's go back to our A3 here, and let's go to base view, right? And from model space, and again we want to do current view. Let's place it. Let's hit the enter key, enter, and let's rotate it. And let's rotate it like so. 60 degrees. Now let's move it from here to here, and let's move it off like so, and then we can edit this view And let's edit the view and let's turn off our visible lines. And there we go. Okay, so it's not pretty, but it definitely is all smart views. The only big problem here is that A, we can't really get partial views here, and B, these aren't aligned. These are manually aligned. This view right here and this view right here are aligned to the front view because we projected them. These are just manually aligned, just kind of loose views. I said that we would figure out how to deal with this, and here's how we're going to deal with that. That is on the MD annotation layer. So you know what? I'm just going to freeze this layer because I don't like that view, or I don't like that cutting plane. Technically speaking, according to the section view standards, we do not need a cutting plane. When you only have one section view in a drawing, and it is a full section, you can omit the cutting plane. If we wanted to create a cutting plane line, then I would do what I just did, freeze the MD annotation layer because that line was all goofy and the arrows were too small. And I would draw on my cutting plane layer and I would create the correct view. Let's go over here and let's extend that a little bit. We'll go to dim. Whoops. Let's go to multi-leader. Where's annotate? Multi-leader. So we go like this. We draw this down. Escape, escape. We're going to explode. This is just what I do in my class, in my 2D class, and in my engineering graphics class. So we explode that, then we go to scale, and we scale this. You've had to do this in AutoCAD for a while, so this isn't anything new. Let's draw a line. Let's offset this 12. Move this from here to here. Trim. Erase this, and copy this from here to here. All right, and there we go. All right, so there's our 2 ways to create orthographic views from a 3D model using the base view and projected view commands to create a smart view. So when I update, or if I update my model, these views, all of these views would update. Okay, and I can dimension these and everything is good. These are 2D views. Or we can do use the flat shot approach. These are dumb views in the sense that they're not going to be updated, but you know, you might say that we have a little bit more control over these, especially in the sense of the auxiliary views, even in the sense of section views, because here in the base view, we're really limited in the types of section views we create. Okay, so either way, that's 2 different ways to approach it. All right, so give that a shot. That's it. See you in the next video. Bye.